that I am addicted to, or that I have like some sort of problem. I'm starting to think that I'm like addicted to making these super last second videos. This is gonna be shaky, sorry. But you can see what's happening behind me, in front of me, somewhere. You can see it, you'll see it in a second. It's 7:20, sunset is in like 10 minutes, and that is all happening. That's gonna light up, and I want to be ready for it. I wanna do two things. You know, the first thing, I'm gonna set up one of these for time lapse. And the second thing is I want to try to get more than just a sunset silhouette shot, which if it's as good as I think it's about to be here in a second, I'll be totally fine with that. But I also want to get some sort of wide angle composition, and I have this cactus in mind. I only had enough time to make it about 2 blocks from my house. So my house is just right back over there down the hill, and I didn't have time to get anywhere because, yeah, 10 minutes. That's all I get to set up multiple cameras and to get this vlog going. So let's see if we can make this happen. Okay, I'm not even gonna change lenses. I'm just gonna thank my lucky stars that I have this all set up. Come on, get off. All right. We're going with R5 35 millimeter RF. I'm gonna get this set up for a quick little time lapse right down there. All right, made it back. Now, what's on there? I'm filming with the RP, okay. Now I'm gonna take, what is this? My R6, I don't know what the heck's going on. I'm gonna take my R6 and take my long lens of happiness off. I'm gonna put on this 14 millimeter. I'm gonna get this tripod out, and I'm gonna set it up as close as I can to that cactus and hope that I can catch some sort of composition that I want. All right, let's see. All right, so I've got the R6 set up here, and this is what we're looking at. This is my composition. You can see right in here we've got these two ends of the Troya pushing down, and the only thing I don't like about it, that I just don't have time to deal with, is that tree, which is right there. I don't like that tree, but I just don't know. You know what? Okay, I got rid of the tree, so now that's what we're looking at. I think that's gonna be better, and if this stuff starts lighting up, I think we're gonna have to, well, we're definitely have to focus stack this because I'm that far away from spiky unhappiness. So let's just go ahead, and for focus stacking on the wide stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and do f16 just to get as much as I can since I'm on the tripod now. Now what I need to do is take it off of auto ISO, put it on ISO 100, and then we're just gonna walk that shutter speed down. This one's gonna take a bit of focus stacking because that cactus is so close. I don't even know if this is gonna work, but I hope so. All right, that's the foreground. So that was 3 or 4 shots for the focus stacking for the foreground. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the background, and then I'm just going to change my exposure, drop my shutter speed down, and I'm just going to hope that this lights up. It's close. It's like right there. I thought it was going to explode for a minute, and I actually got my hope up, and now I'm thinking that might have just dudded out actually. 7:29. Sunset's at 7:34. There is just a pinch of color back there. So I'll grab a couple of few shots just in case this is all the color I get. We'll see if we can work with it. The R5 and the R6 have and the RP actually, they all have a built-in focus stacking feature, I think, and I haven't even tried that yet. I don't think it would work very well in this situation. This 14, being able to get this close to your subject. I did that in my last video too, and the only difference really between this shot and that shot was that I was going for a sun star, and the cactus, there wasn't much else in the frame except for the cactus. But now we have the cactus leading into what looks to be a dudded sunset. But in this shot, another thing that I made it a point to do, here, look here. If we turn it back onto the video mode, you can see if I focus right here in the center, I made it a point to not have any part of the cactus above the horizon. So basically that's going to help a lot with the focus stacking, and that's going to help a lot with the HDR if I was anticipating the sun lighting up. You know, this shot probably isn't going to turn out at all, but having the cactus below the horizon and then having it as a leading object into the rest of the image, versus if it was sticking above the horizon, it would be a little more prominent, and that would be that would take over the focal point of the image, and I don't want that in this case. So another thing I can do is I'm going to take a few shots. We might get I might get lucky here just a little bit. I'm going to take a few shots. That way, if I have to, I can blend them in. I'm at 1/4 of a second f/16 ISO 100. So if I take 5 to 10 shots like that at 1/4 second, then I can blend those into post and have a little bit of motion in the clouds, which will make it look like more of a long exposure. Also, while we're waiting, another tip for focus stacking out in the wild like this. For the parts that you want to focus stack, like for me it's this cactus, you want to try to do that kind of as quick as possible, because if you have any wind or anything like that that's going to cause the subject to move in any way, that's going to make your focus stacking life a lot harder. So try to take those in succession as fast as you can, shifting focus. The texture on these clouds today too, my God, there's a lot of dogs out here. There's the texture of these clouds today would have been absolutely incredible if they would have lit up. That's real pretty, wow. I don't have any cameras left. Let me show you. On the phone, it looks a lot more colorful than it kind of is because the saturation, Samsung really likes to oversaturate. But the texture in those clouds is just incredible. And if they were to just really fully light up, see, we're getting a little bit of detail there. Now the light's changing, I'm down to 0.4 seconds. So almost half a second there. I think that's all we're getting is just that hint of color. Man, I looked out my window at 7:12 this evening and I saw the sun just go right below those clouds right there. And I just thought, oh my gosh, if this blows up, I'm gonna freak out if I don't. I would have just kicked myself if I didn't go try, you know? Even though I only got 2/10 of a mile from my house. think that's how it is with landscape photography though. Like, you just have to keep trying, and it's hard when you keep trying and you keep failing. For me, for landscape and for wildlife, those are the two hardest things, you know, is to, you gotta be out at weird hours, and you gotta put in the effort to get out somewhere and do that stuff. And the more times you try and the more times you don't get the shot that you envisioned, or you don't see the animal that you wanted, or, you know, the sun doesn't do what it wanted, or you know, all of that stuff that happens, the more times all of that stuff happens, the harder it is each time to push yourself to keep going. And that's what separates people, you know. That's what separates the guys that get the amazing shots from the guys like me who are too lazy to try most of the time. I put in some effort, I do. All right, that's all we're getting. That's all the light we're getting. I'm gonna go stop that time lapse. I'm gonna try not to get stabbed by this thing. I'm gonna wrap it up. If I did get an image, at least here's the time lapse, and if I did get an image, you'll see it in a second. But that whole failure thing too, about, you know, pushing yourself to get out and do the landscape stuff, that's kind of how I'm feeling with YouTube as a whole right now. For me, it's like I'm at this point where I don't want to do videos just to do videos, just to try to, you know, get my numbers up or whatever, just to stay consistent. I'm at that point where I want to do videos about things that I want to do, or I don't want there to be as much pressure on me to give you guys something and it end up not being anything. And maybe that's what I don't know what this video was. This video was me just trying, you know. I'm just a normal guy trying, and this is all we can do. So I think it's good to see that sometimes, you know, people. I am a professional photographer. I make my living off of photography and off of YouTube and all that stuff. And I think that when people see that kind of stuff over and over again, and they see these amazing people getting these amazing photos all the time, and they think everything's amazing, well, I mean, it's not. I mean, you guys saw I was at my house 10 minutes ago and rushing like crazy, and not everything is amazing. But maybe this is usable. We'll see. Anyways, I try to stay positive, and I really appreciate you guys if you hung through this whole video of me droning on in the same place about spiky things and failing. I really appreciate it. I love you guys, and I'm so thankful that you guys are here with me and that you're interested in the stuff that I'm doing, and I'm looking forward to keep doing it, I guess. Anyways, new videos coming up, super excited. I've got some giveaways coming up pretty soon. I'm excited about that. I can't tell you what yet. No, I'll wait. I can't tell you yet. All right, that's it. It's tea time, it's dinner time. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.